Hi, I'm Beth from Dry It Can It, and today I have a money-saving tip on how to make your own seasoned breadcrumbs. Now I know breadcrumbs aren't super expensive. You can buy a container for $1 or $2 at the store, but it's one of those things that $1 or $2 here and there all adds up. What I do is I save the bread, leftover bread, if it gets older, maybe homemade bread and it's getting a little more stale than we want, or the end pieces, which people in our family tend not wanting to eat, I save those. Sometimes I'll just throw them in the freezer. Most often I'll cube them and I'll throw them in the dehydrator with whatever else I'm dehydrating. So today I have 4 cups of dehydrated breadcrumbs from assorted kinds of bread. You can use any kind of bread for this. These breadcrumbs have been dehydrated and they have also been conditioned, so I know that they're good solid breadcrumbs and that they're nice and dry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break those up to crumbs with a blender, just pulsating it. You want to be careful so that you don't powder the breadcrumbs. And then I'm going to add an assortment of seasonings and flavorings using some of my dried herbs, using some onion powder, garlic powder, etc. Add that afterwards and I have breadcrumbs. So I'm going to go ahead and take these breadcrumbs and pulse them down to crumbs, and then I'll be back. All right, I've pulsed the breadcrumbs so that I have crumbs and not powder. And I'm going to just put those in a bowl. I'm going to use a glass measuring cup just because then you can see what I have here. And that 4 cups of breadcrumbs gave me about, not quite a cup of crumbs here. To that, I have a mixture of dried herbs and then seasonings that I am going to add. You can really do this to whatever, add whatever you want, add whatever you have. I have some dried parsley, oregano, I have some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, paprika. I think that's about everything I put in here. And basically, I'm just going to add that to my breadcrumbs, and I'm going to give that a stir just to mix everything up. And once that's all mixed up, I have literally for pennies, especially when I'm using my home herbs, my home dried herbs, I have seasoned breadcrumbs ready to go. What I'm going to do is put those in a jar, a mason jar. I'm going to store those, and I have breadcrumbs to use whether, oops, I'm going to have more here than I thought. I'm going to use those, for toppings. If I want a crispy top for something, I can use those for coatings for chicken, for fish. Anything that you really use breadcrumbs for, you'll be able to use these for. So really, for pennies versus even $1, seasoned breadcrumbs. It's a nice money-saving tip. It's a nice way to use up some of your herbs. If you take your onions and your garlic and you dehydrate those and you grind those to a powder, you've got the powder. No magic recipe. I will post my recipe below. But other than that, be creative. Look for ways to save money in your household. If you found this tip to be something creative or something that you learned about as a possibility in your household, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.